Yeah.
Now the whiteboard's out mostly because I needed to move it so I could work on my laptop.
Yeah.
Because Photoshop's not working on my desktop at the moment. I don't know
Okay.
why. It's not loading. It's hanging, and I probably need to reinstall Photoshop or something. But we're looking at a blank screen right now because I just accidentally killed the website.
Man.
And mostly because I was trying to so I was trying to do what we did for your company, which is set up the Printful website.
Uh-huh.
So add a storefront, connect it to Printful, do all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know why, but my homepage went down. So,
Completely collapsed.
oh yeah, straight up now it's a critical error. Yeah, so that's great. I mean, it's not great. Um,
So we're about to see. This is what happens when your website goes into respiratory cardiac arrest.
so this is my other website. So I was working on
Ooh.
this all day. This is my
Dang.
website.
I like
Yeah,
the dark aesthetic.
thank you. Yeah, the black and gold is for the agency. It helps us kind of justify stuff.
Premium.
Thank you. Yeah, and now we're starting our SEO initiative, so we're going to be building out a whole content archive.
I
Do this.
see you. I see you with the sauce. Hey, I'll give you an internet fist pound on that one, bro. I'll give you
Thank
an
you.
internet fist pound on that one. That was a nice one.
Thank you. And yeah, so then I built basically these little ad units for Growbot that all link to the website, which is now crashed and whatever. So
Yeah.
I have to figure out what to do about that since I just
Okay.
broke that website.
Yeah.
Um, So, but yeah, anyways, I made a new template that follows SEO best practices. I have to edit this because that looks bad on white.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and it gives you a table of contents, and it like automatically generates anchor tags for it, and allows me to put that ad there again. And so, you know, the other major thing I did was ad pricing. So you kind of get here, you see, I don't know, like a little bit who we are,
Yeah.
and then you kind of come down, see our pricing. I'm still working on this page. The pricings are correct. The like details are not. See,
Yeah.
um,
Dog, it looks hella. And like you said, it's like you relatively kept like the words the same. All you did was just the black. Like the color just like really just changes how somebody feels, and then it's just like again, like you just smirking and you're like, it feels premium because it's black and gold and
right? Yeah.
wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Great,
Smirk is
great change.
accurate.
Great shift.
Uh, this is our team.
Heck yeah. Who's that guy in the suit?
Quite a suit over here.
Oh man. We don't trust those suit guys, man. We don't trust those suit guys, man. Watch
I don't
out.
know, man. At this agency, we couldn't run without those suit guys. You know?
Yeah, we gotta get that. We gotta get that guy in suits out of here. You gotta find out about him, man. Nah,
Right?
it looks no, it looks definitely clean, clean, super clean, bro. Definitely clean for sure.
Thank
Uh,
you. I'm hoping by just hitting those two buttons right there, I might have fixed some stuff. We'll see if that just restored.
yeah, that's dope. Man, that's
Nope,
hell.
that's a critical error still. I don't know what that is about.
So you think it's just a Printful plugin connection?
Yep. I'm gonna just undo that one, see if that unfucks it. I'm glad that I can get into the back end still,
Yeah.
because it's always worse when you can't. Yeah, no, it's just saying critical error.
Huh.
So frustrating because I built a great new Growbot page today and the Growbot form works, but
It's too cool for the thing to process right now.
yeah,
You know how it is when you build something like super nice, and then when you go to turn it on, for some reason it doesn't turn on. It's like
Yeah.
it's exactly like that. I remember like on Christmas, you know put together like whether it's like I remember I had like this Power Ranger Lego set or something like that. It was like one of the Zords, and I put it all together, dog, and I was so hyped. And I went to go turn it on so it could move on its own, and that shit wouldn't move. And I was so pissed. And I was just like, dude, just like I said, it's like, bro, like I've sat here for, as a kid putting together Legos back in the day was like hours. Like you were locked in on holiday time. Like forget all my other things. I'm focused on this. So yeah, it was like you put all the stuff together and then you come to find out it's like a switch wasn't connected or.
Yep. So switch wasn't connected, but it's really too many switches connected. Well, I don't know which one is the problem, which super frustrating, super annoying. But like as you can see, we're live again.
And we did this live, ladies and gentlemen. Where else do you get live
Live
troubleshooting?
debugging. Okay, cool. Now I do want to show you how this works. So you got a little ad up here that says try Growbot. You click on it, and it takes you to our Growbot form.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Right where it says how much do you spend,
Yep.
what's your product or service, is it digital? Now if we can go international. Our name is Playhouse. What do we sell? Advertising.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I guess high-end high-end steaks and luxury dining experiences to wealthy businessmen, and people like us because of our relationships. And then we'll send it to me so we can show it live because it says get ads action plan. Now, just like our other one, it doesn't work, in the most pretty way, but it works.
But
And
it
then
works better than anything else out there.
right. And so, anyways, you come in here and you can click the Learn More button, and then it'll take you over to the Growbot page where you could just learn more about what it is and what we're doing. And
So now, when I can say, "Hey, I work with Playhouse," and then someone's like, "Oh, what's Playhouse?" I say, "Hey, here's the page. Go to playhouse.tv, and you can get everything you need on Playhouse. Go ahead and clickety click through, and don't ask me no questions." When you go over there, you'll see what the prices is. You'll see what the deal is, because the black aesthetics with the gold, ladies and gentlemen, means that we walk in with briefcases with nothing in them, nothing but dreams. That's what we have: dreams and digital ads.
we pitch really big dreams, that's for sure.
That's it. That's it. That's what we're here for. That's what
All
we're
right.
here for.
So here is what
Looks
we
great,
get.
man. Looks great.
Thank you. Here's what we get sent back. It says custom Playhouse digital ad strategy. And then it says, thanks for trying the alpha version of Growbot's ad strategy recommendation tool. Advice is unaudited. Please use for ideating concepts only. And it goes ChatGPT strategy. And then it lays out some stuff you can do based off of a prompt I gave it.
Mm.
And I'm going to try and make it prettier and more clearly organized and follow a stricter format, then follow a document retrieval diagram based on different pieces of information to.
And as you get more businesses in Playhouse.
Yep. But right now, what I can do is collect email addresses in exchange for sending that form. And it's like someone filled it out. 652, but they didn't send it to themselves, so it doesn't go anywhere. Anyways,
Looks dope, bro.
thanks. But yeah, I was actually over in your website over here, Produce Matrix, because I was stealing the templates for it because I was trying to add WooCommerce. I'm still gonna see if I can add WooCommerce,
Uh-huh.
and if that fucks the website. I'm just gonna turn them on one by one and see if it turns off the website.
Yeah. And so see for Produce Matrix, like the same template, and this is why we work so well together, is because Playhouse and Produce Matrix kind of just goes hand in hand because of the back end side of things. Of now we would just basically build a recipe version of that Growbot to where it's like, hey, what are you purchasing? What do you want to make? Hey, what sounds good? What's around you? And those different type of things. Same thing with Easy Main Street. And honestly, Easy Main Street is what we're going with. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, so I also have that grocery list app that I won the Web3 hackathon with, right? And part of what we pitched there was a recipe system where you could sponsor the ingredients inside of it.
Exactly. So then perfect thing to add in there. So then again, it's like everything just goes hand in hand so easily. And
that's what I love about all of our projects. It's like, how do we just like sync them all up together, right?
Yeah, because the real thing right now, and where we're kind of seeing, and this is one thing I would say to anybody, and why I don't think that personally, and again, I'm speaking from my personal opinion, I don't think I have competitors, because at the end of the day, when you're in this marketing and creative space as we are, it's more about people are going to constantly create ideas and businesses, but they're not going to have the ability to be able to showcase it in the proper way and verbalize it or create the website or do the other things. It's not the old days where you could just have a product and just stand on the corner of a street and be able to sell things. It's not that anymore. People have to find you, and most people's heads are buried in their phones. And that means that you have to have a good website that's going to hold people on there or get people in and out with their product fast enough to where they don't waste time. That's the bottom line of business now. Can you hold my attention long enough, or can you get me in and out of what I need? That's it. There's no other, like, nobody's like really watching movies on their phones, except for like people watch, but most people get iPads for that. Most people, when they're in their phones or their computers, it's like, okay, I'm getting on Amazon because I'm at work, making some orders for probably some large distributor. And I'm click, putting in all these orders, Excel, shipping information, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. They're just in and out. They don't even have anything. They're just, okay, we have this, we're moving this. We're having this, we're moving that. And that's software. So for software companies, it's like, I was talking with one of my buddies. He's in the trucking space, and we're coming up with a concept because he sees, like, obviously the issue that is there in the trucking space of how truckers really don't get compensated as well. And so we're like, okay, well, I mean, if you're able to create some type of marketplace, again, same concept, to where these people can be able to come onto this platform and get a fair share, and then the platform is just the distributor or the aggregator in this sense. Where you have a market that right now that most truckers, they really don't want to go through the hassle of being through a dispatcher and stuff like that. They just want somebody to just handle the accounting and all that other stuff. They just want to drive, get paid, and that's it. That's most truckers. And so, working on a marketplace for that.
Didn't someone do that?
Yeah, there's people.
I feel like we got that at like one of our digital sandbox classes, or like our intro to venture class. Someone like presented that project literally.
Not for trucking. I think it was for there was the tickets. I know that there was a ticket guy, which again, I just saw one of the other platforms is kind of doing that same thing. I'm like, I was wanting to see where he's going at with that. Who else? We had I can't remember her name, from one of our first guests during the class. I wonder where she was going with the project. I think that would be kind of cool to have like the little trading cards on like Z-Byte or something like that of like of the animals. Remember we were talking about like how they could have like their individual like ID cards, and it would just be like scan a QR code and you would get all of the vaccine updates and all that other stuff, obviously without giving her whole spiel. But yeah, you know, those people. I don't remember anybody doing trucking. Maybe it might have been a different venture class. Maybe did you have a different venture class that you may have done? I've only done just the UMKC one.
I've done that UMKC one. I've done like a Detroit Tech Town one. I've done
Maybe
two.
somebody in the Detroit one. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
I could definitely see that for
I've
sure.
done two of the U of M ones. Um, so yeah, I've done a few of these programs.
Okay.
And then I did like a private pitching for equity class that was through, I think, the Johnson County Economic Development Corporation or Council or something.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. See, I'm about to start cranking up here, doing some
Do
little
you
code.
want to share your screen? I mean, I'm gonna keep probably troubleshooting, but like, let's kind of work through the pitch deck, maybe, or do we even want to show that? Or
We can. What we can do though is I can go to just 1 second. I do want to put together some stuff because with where we're kind of going with the platform, and I had a good conversation. I think that we got. I would suggest, and I would like you to meet her. I don't know if you know a lady named Katrina Keys.
nope, not by name. I do
Yeah.
not.
We just had a conversation, and she's real nice lady, great in sales, and like I said, I think we'll have a conversation about potentially bringing her on, um, as like like I said, a sales rep, maybe like the person that runs the sales teams and stuff like that. For this meantime, that goes out and talks to these businesses because she really grasped the concept of Easy Main Street. She liked the name of Easy Main Street compared to KCSMB and stuff like that too. So, it's gonna be so easy to just again have Easy Main Street and then have KCSMB as these little sub DAOs or Detroit SMB and STS SMB and all these things. It will
Which is
just click.
exactly the idea, right?
Yeah, it's like okay, everything's under Easy Main Street, and it's like so like every time it was like when we were having that conversation, it was really easy to kind of roll it off. And then so now, especially, I already kind of know where I'm going to go with my 3 minute pitch or whatever you want to call it on the 10th.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give examples. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm not gonna introduce myself. Like I'm just gonna just get straight to it. And I'm just gonna be like, hey, just imagine you go to the airport. Just imagine you're sitting at home, with your significant other, and just imagine you had family coming in town. How would you let them know about doing something in Kansas City or where you're at? Like, wouldn't you want to be able to create something just like that? Well, we've been able to put that together. That's it. And then we just show them a QR code, and then they scan it. They'll get the ugly version, and we'll just be like, "But you're gonna see the vision." That's it. And again, it's no different, really, like what you were showing before, with the Growbot stuff. So let me pull up because I was looking at. Because I was looking at because they announced what's it called? It's supposed to be the FIFA Fan Fest is going to be in the World War II museum. Is it World War II?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bro. It's gonna be crazy because all of downtown is gonna be like completely like blocked off. Because FIFA Fan Fest, they're gonna have it like they're gonna have it funneled to where you can only come in one way and you can only go out one way.
Oh, that's gonna be such a pain in the ass to be here for those few weeks.
Especially downtown. It's 6 weeks. It's 6
weeks?
It's 6 weeks, bro.
Seriously?
Yeah, bro. It's the World Cup. It's 6 weeks, bro.
Oh, that's gonna be a minute for me.
Bro, that's why I'm saying we got to get our ducks in a row so that way we ain't like we ain't in it, but it's like we're affluent enough to be like, okay, we can Uber in, Uber out, and it's not that big of a deal. Because bro, I'm not trying to, bro. I'm just thinking in my head, and this is why we have to start talking about these things. It's like, bro, downtown is gonna be crazy. 6 weeks of that,
right?
nonstop. Oh man, heck no.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, if it's literally there at the World War I museum, I'm just gonna be trapped in my house or need to like move. You know?
I'm telling you, it's like most likely it might be the latter. Like, because 6 straight weeks, and then people are going to be visiting before that, because like it's going to be during the summertime. It starts in July, so it's 6 weeks starting from July. So you're looking at what is that, October? Yeah, that's October, I think, right? Yeah,
I think so.
That's October, bro. And this crazy thing about this. So you're going to have the World Cup. You're going to have football season. And you're also going to have baseball season going on at the same time.
That's going to be way too busy. I mean, especially if the ballpark won't move that quickly, will it? I'm kind of excited where they said this at Washington Park.
Yeah, they said 2028 is when they most likely think that it's going to be done. But just like what you mentioned too, though, that's going to be construction that's added onto that whole process. It's like that whole area is going to be, doing something that people are going to have to go around. And so, yeah, man, I'm trying to look at, I don't know why my stuff is taking forever. So, so update on my side of things. So I've been working with the project Satoshi Island.
Mm-hmm.
And things have been getting really interesting and fun. Right now, we're putting together a campaign around how we want to get people interested. So, thinking of different innovative ways of how to get people looking at the project. So, from what I've been looking at is like different innovative kind of like marketing campaigns.
Yeah.
One example was the Dark Knight campaign. I don't know if the Why So Serious campaign was one that we were looking at. And they had, basically, it was like one of the best performing marketing campaigns like ever.
Really? The Why So Serious campaign?
Yeah. It was like one of the best campaigns ever, bro. Like, again, we were in 2008. You got to think, for us, it's like, okay, we weren't like grasping things like marketing. It was just like, okay, I just want to watch the movie.
Right.
But when I went back and looked at it, bro, to the detail to which they went, it is insane. Like, they got, like, I think it's like they got 10 million active users to like basically participate in throughout the whole campaign.
Really?
This is before social media like that. 2008, bro.
That is. Well, I guess that's, I don't know, really fucking smart.
Bro, so to kind of just like sum it up, and just like how I was looking at, it was like they just did like real easy things. Now, I wouldn't say easy, but it was real well thought out, to where they got people to like go paint their faces and go to like parks and go to like museums and stuff like that. Things that people could just easily do for nothing. Like, I just go buy some paint my face and go there. And then when people did it enough, they basically changed the website. So everybody felt like they participated in something. And so, like, every time they kept on doing that over and over and over and over, they weren't even giving away. Okay, let me not say that. They didn't give away things. They had a point where they kidnapped a fan. Now, this was creative. They kidnapped a fan and they put that fan in the movie. Yeah. one
Like
of the
like
one
the
of the
scenes
random.
from kidnapping them, or like they kidnapped and held them until the movie filmed the
I
scene.
can't remember. I can't remember the exact like because like they just basically
That's
because when I
hilarious
watched
and
it,
terrifying.
so yeah, so they kidnapped. It was like it was all planned, but like
Right.
they had this like big gathering. It's crazy. They
Mhm.
had this huge gathering, and so like a whole bunch of people. Then black cars pulled up and then grabbed this one person. They put him in a car, and
Yep.
it was actually a random person, but I think they reached out to the person beforehand. And then they arranged for that person to get picked out, so that out of all the people, so nobody knew what the hell was going on. They put it on there. Then they put on the website that, hey, they put like a police note, obviously a doctor police note saying that such and such has been booked on these crimes and blah, blah, blah. So it's things that like people are like, oh my God, like this is so crazy. Like, and they literally got people to go nuts about it, bro. Literally. And so for me, I was like, okay, well, with an island, it's
Yeah.
so much easier because it's really just like, hey, how can you just create the ability of like wanting to just go to the island?
So who are they trying to come like invite to the island right now? Is it just people who come visit, or is it still people to join and become founding
No,
lifters?
from my standpoint, how I look at it, and this is the best way I see it, I think that we just need to get people to just come to the island and
Yeah.
just see the island. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, just come out here, see what it's like, because it's from what's been told and what I've seen from like the videos and stuff like that, looks like a dope place.
Yeah.
They're just trying to build, like I said, the accommodation to get to that point, which obviously takes money and whatnot, and that's where we're trying to go with the whole business model. And so, yeah, really, right now we're just trying to build attraction and build awareness towards the island and whatnot, and not really talk about the whole crypto stuff because I think that's all played out. Because that right now it's like and personally how I'm trying to do it now, it's like how can we create a fun, creative way of making people want to come to this island. And my thing too is how do we make it an easy way to get to the island? Because right now it's not too easy. So that's the thing is that I'm trying to figure out a way
How
that
do you get there now?
I mean you have to buy flights, but like you have to buy a flight from here to Australia to this an island off the coast of Vanuatu. Then you have to fly on a private plane from there that's only flown once a week, or something like that. And so it's like it's a lot of like variables.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if you're somebody that's going to spend a pretty penny to go somewhere, you're not going to want to spend a pretty penny on variables.
No.
You're going to be like, okay, I know I'm buying this and I'm covered and I have insurance just in case, you know what I mean, something goes wrong or whatever it is, and all these other things in between. So that's kind of how I was like, that's how we need to use the technology, and that's how we need to be forerunning in this is like, let's make it a tech savvy resort, which is basically the premise of what we're doing, but with the idea of, hey, it's as easy as any other resort. We just happen to have things that you can track the data and it's open source and stuff like that too. From the food, obviously with Produce Matrix, all the way to your travel with your tickets and stuff like that. And then having some type of tokenized system in the background and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's been definitely dope having those conversations. And so now, like I said, with the reason why I brought up the why so serious stuff though was like I was like, if we were able to figure out a way to like get a bunch of like briefcases and
Mm-hmm.
like go to like different random beaches or like different random locations and just like leave it and just like spray paint things like only open for Satoshi Island citizens. Somebody's gonna take it, bro. Like somebody's gonna take it just cause. And so now what we do is, for instance, we could like lock it to like a sign, like put it in the ground, lock it to a sign, and like everybody's gonna take a picture and be like, "Oh, what is this?" Or obviously, we could take a picture and do the marketing part of that.
Yeah.
But it's little easy things to where you get people interested in talking and whether it's taking pictures and whatnot. So that's kind of what I've been like spinning my wheels um, on like creative ways of doing things that get people out and about and wanting to potentially get involved with this and maybe even want to go to the island. So yeah, that's what me and Jarvis have been kind of.
I love the idea of I can't even talk. Of burying briefcases or hiding them in tropical areas. I think that's brilliant. I think that'll work really well.
Matter of fact, here I'm about to share my screen now. I'm about to put up ChatGPT and throw in some wild share screen. It's crazy. A couple years ago. Well, that's a lie because we used to have. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I have to add it to stage. There we go.
Now you can see it.
Yep, I think it's live.
All right. So so basically, how? Wait. Well, I always have to give it a you are a expert,
Nice.
creative director, and are currently working on innovative ideas to bring awareness. Well, no, we're not trying to bring awareness. Bring interest. That's what we want to a private island project. You are currently involved in. Using out of the box. I always talk, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I talk to AI, I literally talk to it so irregular that it like is not. I'm probably not the best prompt person, but I talk to it to where it gets a gist of how I want it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to talk to it how you want it to talk back to you in a way, and
Yeah.
The way you talk to it really matters.
Varying. And that's why I say, like, people are like, oh, it's going to take everybody's jobs. And it's like, no, everybody has a different way of looking at the world, and everybody's going to prompt it differently. So the AI is always going to constantly, and that's why, like, for instance, Growbot is going to be something that is going to change the format of, like I said, marketing. Is that it's going to be different for every single business, and every single person is going to interpret that data differently.
Right.
So that's, it's somebody's going to be like,
as much as data is a science, it's an art, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's just basically it at the end of the day.
Beaches or locking them to signposts with the name of the island painted on. Give me 10 creative ideas on ways to get people actively engaged with the project. Sorry, people. I'm reading like they have the little bouncing ball on top of there, but I wasn't the best at typing in elementary. Was it elementary school that we learned typing?
I think it depends on people's school. I definitely learned it in elementary, and then I think I did it again in middle school.
Yeah, I think it was like fifth. I think it was like fifth, maybe sixth grade, fifth, sixth grade. Ooh, okay. You ready for these?
Yeah.
All right, so we got geocaching adventure.
Oh, I did geocaching. I know geocaching.
This is my first time hearing it, so I'm about to read it out. So, and then you can tell about your experience as well too. So, okay, we got hide GPS tag treasures around the island, and release clues online. Participants use their phones to find the hidden gems, which could include keys to exclusive experiences on the island. So, okay, that's interesting. So tell your geocaching adventure.
Mine's not that cool. I guess I would say the basics of it is that in middle school I was on the cross country team and did it again in high school. And
Uh-huh.
to make cross country training fun, they shared geocaching with us, and so they would take like 2 or 3 different locations that happened to be in our town to
Yeah.
go search for geocaches, and it'd be a couple miles away, so we'd run there and back.
Huh.
Yeah,
Man, that's interesting. That's
and
interesting.
I sucked at finding them. I never found one. My
Ooh.
teammates did. They are one sounds even better.
Hey, this one sounds again. It's like it's a time, like you said, in middle school. It was limited to the technology that you guys had at the time. So back then compared to now, where you could probably do like a TikTok scavenger hunt if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot different times. All right. So next one we got Island Passport Challenge. Create a digital or physical passport that participants must get stamped at various checkpoints around the island. Completing the passport unlocks a special reward like a VIP event or unique island theme NFT. Hmm, not bad. This one I like, and I think that this one could be done very uniquely.
Mhm.
Message in a bottle campaign. Drop messages in bottles in popular coastal areas. I don't think it has to be coastal, it could be anywhere. Each message contains a unique code redeemable for a discount or exclusive access to the island's activities, creating a modern day treasure hunt.
Hmm.
So basically, what I would say is like, so say for instance, you got a bunch of Stanley bottles, and then
Yeah.
got the like Satoshi Island branded on there. Or you don't even have to even get like Stanley bottles. You can get like the bunch of thermoses, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they are. Like the little bottles were like 10, $15.
Yeah.
Put the name brand on there, and
Mhm.
then basically just put them in like parks or whatever it is, and then put like a QR code that says, "Hey, you get $100 voucher at this, you know, Southwest or something like that, or I don't know what it is, and you get a discount to come to Satoshi Island." That kind of concept.
I think that would work. I
And
mean,
then go ahead.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, because then now it's like it gives that it's like a modern day message in a bottle campaign. So then worst case scenario, people, you know, you get a good bottle. Even if you don't care about the
Yeah.
project, you're like, oh shoot, it's a nice bottle.
Yeah. I mean, and then it feels less like littering too.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. So then maybe we hang it in a tree, like off of like biodegradable yarn or something like that. I don't know.
Like a
All right.
mug.
So this one we discussed a little bit. Develop an AR app that overlays historical and mythical elements onto the island's landmarks. Visitors can unlock stories, solve puzzles, and find virtual treasure using their devices. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That'd be
I like
definitely dope. That's something that probably maybe down the road once balance
that.
probably gets there.
Yeah.
Probably figure out a way to bring balance there because there's no point in me trying to figure out how to bring a game when there's already a game basically doing that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that'd be a little bit of Blast Tech weight in Austin too. I'd imagine. I think they're getting involved now.
Yeah. So with that discussion, I mean, got some people in that AR space having that discussion of putting that together. But yeah, then uh, you gamify the island, and then you make it to where Satoshi Island citizens are the people that can play the game. You get a boost in points or tokens or whatever it is to be able to play the game. Those points correlate to, hey, you can be able to get a discount on Produce Matrix, and you know what I'm saying. It's like all these different type of things of where you gamify the whole island um, through this technology. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so pop up island experience. This sounds interesting. Maybe we do this in Kansas City because I was planning on wanting to do some stuff here. obviously would want to have Playhouse involved in that as always. So basically, this is another thing too. If I'm putting on something, just know that I want Playhouse involved as well. So, like I said, if you're not here, like I said, we can discuss on like how um, we can
How to
have
possibly make this worthwhile.
yeah,
Make it work.
exactly. So that way we can just have you on there, so it works for marketing for both of us as well. Because I'm one who's usually doing events and stuff like that too. But back to regular scheduled programming.
Well, we do everywhere in this show. That's what I love about it, though.
Exactly. There's order in the disorder, right?
Right? Yeah. No, but that's the beauty of it.
Okay, so we got pop-up island experience. So bring a mini version of the island to major cities with immersive pop-up events. This could feature virtual reality tours, island themed games, and previews of what the island offers, creating buzz and excitement. So, hear me out. Dash in between Playhouse and Satoshi Island host a pop-up island experience to where we get somebody to do like a 3D, like like how you can do like a drone shot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put it into VR, because that's basically, they just need a video and then they can map it and put it into a VR space, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So then now how people put on headsets, and then you can be able to experience it, but you have to come to the event, and all it takes is an email. And who shares those emails? We do. It works for marketing for us, very low cost. We have some little chips, little drinks, or something like that. Nothing too crazy.
Yep.
But we have that kind of experience like that. And then that's another thing that we can potentially do. I think. You think we can do that by the end of the year? I think so.
We can do a lot of stuff. We'll find out.
Oh, shoot, I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, so I'll put that together. Just be on tap. You, like I said, all I'll need is, like I said, if you're not here, we'll figure out whatever kind of like way you want to sponsor or whatnot, and then we can do that, because I think that's a very easy, lucrative thing that we can potentially do, and I'll discuss with the group as well, because that'd be pretty cool too. All right, so next one. Ooh, underwater treasure hunt. Organize an underwater treasure hunt for divers and snorkelers, with clues leading to submerged chests containing island-themed prizes or experiences. That's something you would have to do at the island. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be done here, not unless you're going to your local gym and put in stuff in the bottom of the pool. And I don't think that comes with the membership.
I don't think so either.
All right, let's see. Create a portable escape room themed around the island's history or legends. Take it on a road show to different cities, offering participants a chance to win a trip to the island. Ooh. I like the trip to the island concept. The portable escape room sounds costly and very risky. It's a cool idea. If I had money to throw away, I would maybe get with somebody that already does escape rooms and be like, hey, can you create me an escape room that's themed in like an island? Which I think would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Would it travel well? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, because now you got to travel. I got to think of gas. I got to think of cost. I got to think of who's going to operate. Man, no, that's a whole nother business. No. Come on, ChatGPT. See, and this, ladies and gentlemen, this is why ChatGPT needs time. You still have very much time before it goes to AGI, because this shit it's okay sometimes, but then sometimes it throws some things like this where it's like, as people, we're not doing this.
I swear they're making it stupider.
Yeah. They're making it stupider. You know why? Because they're making more money. The moment you start making money, you lose the creativity. That's the problem. All right, next. We got Island Ambassador Program. So we got recruit influencers, which I think we're planning on doing, or local celebrities to act as island ambassadors. They can host exclusive events, post content about the island, and offer followers special discounts or opportunities to visit. I think that's very doable and very easy to do. We can say, hey, if you come to the island, you can bring 10 of your people, and we'll do it for a discounted price to bring them on there. And now think about this as an influencer. If I can say that, hey, I brought 6 of my followers on a raffle to an island with me and we live streamed the whole thing, bro, that's a crazy marketing ploy.
That is nuts. I think
Like,
that would work. And plus, like, if you could get the right people there, it could blow up too, just off there.
yeah, like, because nobody's doing that. Like, because I'm thinking, like, obviously, I think big first was like, if you could get like a Kai Sanat to be able to do a stream from the island, there's so many islands that all they have to do is just be like, hey, can we pay for you to come to this island and do a stream out here? And you will literally have people flying to try and come and book your stuff.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And so for me, I'm thinking like gamers, streamers, and things like that, potential podcasts and stuff like that. I think that would be a good ambassador program to have. It'd be like, hey, are you a podcast looking for different exotic locations? Hey, you can come out to Satoshi Island, blase, and things like that. I think that would be a cool idea.
I agree.
Let's see. Funny that this comes up. I actually mentioned this yesterday, and we're going to be implementing this with the island too soon. So check out here in between your ears, ASMR, island sounds, live island webcams. Set up webcams in scenic spots around the island where people can tune in to watch the sunrise, sunset, or local wildlife. Tie in limited time offers or contests for those who capture and share the best moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's an easy one. YouTube. Then you
Well,
already know.
yeah, it almost becomes like, what's that show? Love Island. I mean, it's very invasive almost, but like in a good way.
Oh yeah, yeah. But the thing is that like really, it's not too many people on the island right now. It's like a couple team of people, and then there's like most of the like 90% of the island is uninhabited.
Okay. So you
Like
get a lot of wildlife footage that would probably.
yeah, you have to go find it because again, it's like I'm figuring out all this on the fly, bro. It's like there's wildlife, but the wildlife is like tucked off in its own little like spaces. It's weird. It's like that's what they were telling me because we have a couple people that went there and they're like, there's wildlife, but it's like it's not like robust like you think like it's everywhere. It's like it's here and there, and it's like, oh shoot, like there's a monkey or something like that. It's like, oh, things pop up here and there. So I think that would be kind of like cool to have on a live stream. You just have it. Maybe you can even play some like authentic, music because it's Vanuatu. For those that are listening. Um, but yeah, play some authentic music so that way you can kind of get, you can play some local artists as well. Maybe have some local, like I said, local businesses do advertising on the live streams and whatnot to get them some promotion. Um, yeah, so that way everybody kind of wins in that situation. So yeah, we discussed that um and put that together. So yeah, that's a cool idea.
Well,
Yeah.
do you think that people, because of who Satoshi Island represents, would care a lot about their privacy in this regard, or no?
Yeah, I think privacy is a thing that people are going to discuss. There's been the whole concept of like how the island is going to be set up with it being like a resort and stuff like that. Let me
Mm-hmm.
stop sharing my screen. Oh. Um Yeah, because obviously everybody's gonna have potential wallets and whatnot, and it's like, okay, so like when I'm searching stuff on the internet on the island, like who has hold of that information? That's gonna become a conversation at some point. And so yeah, so I think that that's definitely a conversation that we need to have. Um, you already know who I would tap for that. So again, the way I come from in this, the way I got brought into it, that's kind of getting divvied out. But when the conversation comes of data protection and stuff like that, I don't know if they have somebody specialized in it yet. I don't think so. But I will for sure put your hat in there for the recommendation for that for sure.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that for sure.
yeah, especially to get wallets and like I said, to have that digital identity and whatnot. Um, and obviously, since Pam, you met Dr. Kahana, right? Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I met, but
Yeah. But I mean, they're all at the Web3 thing here in KC. So I mean, for the most part, they know you from being on the panel and stuff like that. So, and then now I'm assuming like on LinkedIn and whatnot too. So yeah, bro. So that's kind of what I'm doing with the Satoshi Island stuff. I actually head out to Arizona this week for a healthcare conference for my mom's project. That's gonna be fun. I think that's going to lead to some very great opportunities. And then Produce Matrix. Now I'm going to be finalizing with. I'm trying to get. I need to actually put together like the flyer and stuff like that with Brendan and the guys too, so that way we can get all that situated, and then I'll let you know. We're looking at the 15th. Are you going to be in town the 15th? Because we were going to do the 5th, but it was a little bit too close notice, and I'm assuming you got a lot of stuff going on over these next couple of weeks too.
September 15th.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's a Sunday. It would be a Sunday afternoon game. It's 3:25. That's when the game starts. So I was wanting to do it at like 2, so people would like swing by and like kind of like network for the first hour before the game, and then the game starts at 3. Everything would be finished probably by like 6:37 or so.
yeah, I should be there. I'm gonna maybe be out of town the week before, so
Okay.
I think I should
Yeah.
be good to go.
So really kind of what it was going to be is because I have a shit ton of water, bro. I got to send you pictures, bro. I got so many watermelons. This shit's going crazy. Like the watermelon plants. I don't know if you guys, bro, my watermelons have gone crazy. Like they're everywhere, like literally. Like, and then, and I got to send you a picture too. I got a hydroponic tower, bro. And I have so
Yeah?
much, bro. I got a hydroponic tower. So my hydroponic pod broke. The air pump went bad, which started causing root rot on my plants. See, I sound like such a plant nerd now.
You are a plant nerd, but that's fine.
So then it started causing root rot, and I was like, oh shoot. So I had to put them in little glasses, and then I've been using like the hydroponic fluid, and them growing really well. So then I was like, okay, well, I could get another hydroponic pod, or I could get a hydroponic tower. Just so happens Amazon had a sweet deal. They actually still do. I do not have any sponsorship, but if they do want to sponsor this podcast, they can, because I did buy it and it is working pretty well. But I don't know the name of it. But so they sent it over. It's about, I would say about 3-4 feet high.
Okay.
I put it right on top of my desk. Like, so you see like your space, you see if you turn around on your desk back there, it'd be about to the height of where that first frame picture right above that drawing is.
Okay.
If you're sitting on top of the desk. So it's like it's like this tall, but bro, you can put 30 plants on there.
Damn. And
Before on the little thing like this, I could only put 12, and they could only grow so much. But bro, with the tower, I'm able to grow. I'm able to grow twice as much in the same space, and it takes up less space on my desk because it goes up compared to out.
Yeah.
So
No,
like,
vertical. I love the concept of vertical farming for sure. That's next level, changes the game, really distributes the way you can do stuff.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, for me, like me grasping the concept and seeing, it's like, because when I looked at my table, like instead of like a table, I looked at it like a farm, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm able to grow in the same square area, oh, so it worked. I see you got.
Well, yeah. So I was gonna show you where I got with it. So one, the website is up and it works ish. So I called our storefront merch mart and I made a Playhouse mug logo to start.
Dope.
But mostly just a test if I could do a product. I'm sure you noticed some of the branding here. Might belong to some other brand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty snazzy. I don't know who that belongs to.
I don't know.
Pretty nice agency probably put it together.
Right? It's definitely not this website over here. It's not this website. So, but once you add it to cart or whatever, you can go to the cart.
Once you make it black and gold, bro, you can make it $22 instead of 11.
Right?
Just because of the color.
right? Just because of the color, it's luxury now. Um, uh, anyways, it's mostly working. But my question, this is what I'm coming to you with the question here, because I know that you've been through this problem before. I
Uh-huh.
have turned almost every single plugin on and off at this point,
Uh-huh.
and I can't get this thing to push in. What eventually pushed it in for you?
I think it uh was it the WooCommerce thing? Do you have the Coinbase? Do you have Coinbase or anything?
I have Coinbase on.
You don't have any of those on? What did I click? You said something because it's something you told me.
What I remember, we were trying to troubleshoot it live one day, and then it just never worked.
I think you told me it's something with Elementor where you have to do like you have to turn it on or like the pro or something like that and then it goes through. Cuz again, I think it was something that you told me.
Huh.
Cuz then I clicked it and I like turned off on like almost everything basically. And then like I just had I turned off like the Coinbase thing. I turned off and turned on the Elementor Pro after that I turned that on. And then it worked. I think if I'm thinking of the right thing, I did. But then again, I could be wrong. But that's how it worked for me. Oh,
I guess I'm gonna have to look more into it.
yeah, no, it was like I said, that's why I think it worked. Again, I think because I think that's the one that if you're speaking of like the right one, 'cause I think I got the other stuff fixed.
No, I'm sure we're talking about the right one. I just like, why is this not working? It feels like now it's a new edge case, is what I'm hearing from you, which is what it is. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, is that like I said, you get, and that's why you got to kind of. At this point, what I would say is maybe take a couple minutes. I always have to tell myself take a couple minutes and be like, all right, cool, I got the Grobot thing working. Just
Yeah,
at least give yourself that little semblance of okay, I did this piece because it
I
wasn't working before.
I unbroke the website. I made most of the shopping stuff work.
Exactly.
The landing pages and content still look good. We had a great episode today.
Yep.
We went and actually used ChatGPT for once.
Yep. Yeah, I like I said, I think like I said, and that's something I'm trying to do, and especially too, I think that us coming on here and us talking, holding each other more or less kind of accountable and how we go between this being this you mean ChatGPT and us doing our task at the same time and knocking. It's like it shows where we're at like this stage is that we have to literally do everything. It's like we're literally stretched so many different ways now, good or bad. But this is the state of most startup entrepreneurs. Like you are going to because you don't have the funds to pay everybody to do
Mm-hmm.
the things. You have to stretch yourself so thin to see what limits you can go to before you're like, okay, you know what? I got to figure out something to shell out some cash to have somebody do this because I can't keep on doing this. Because again, it's like you'll just get to that point where it's just like the money is just like, forget it. I don't care. Like I'll pay anybody anything so I don't have to send another email. Like I'll pay somebody anything so I don't have to take another prospect call. Like that's why people get sales teams is because I don't want to do sales anymore. I'm tired of selling the business. I just want to go to conferences, smile in magazines, and and take a nice paycheck from my profits from the earnings, like the head of Nvidia. You know what I mean? Like
And it's the biggest thing is people really underestimate that journey. That's like a 8 to 10 year journey, and you're working for the first 5 to 7 of it for sure.
yeah, and then you might get a payout in year 7 or 8. You might, and that's
Right.
if you build. Go ahead.
That's when the dream comes to life, right?
That's when everything gets realized. But then in that realization, you're basically selling the dream away for something that essentially, if you're selling it for dollars, technically, you're selling it for a dead dream.
Probably, yeah. And
If
that
you're taking a couple $100 million hairs, you know what I mean? You end up realizing that, oh man, I had this great innovative project and I just sold it to this corporate VC that has no intention of it becoming anything that I wanted it to be. Was that worth it? And that's the whole per se sellout, as they say when it comes to big tech. And oh well, they sold out to. It's like, well, when we were working the first 5 to 7 years and penny pinching everything and doing every single thing and answering every email and going to every,
to eventually sell out. That was actually the point.
it wasn't to just build the dream alone. It was like to hopefully somebody's like, hey, I seen the work you put in. Here is the payout for that work you did all those years.
Exactly.
It's a payout, not a sellout, in my personal opinion. As an entrepreneur now, and I'm sure just by the name alone, Dr. Business, yourself as well, we're doing this for, you know what I'm saying? We're doing this at some point to sell the business because that's the only way we make money. We don't make money just doing this all the rest of our days. No. You'll never make money. That's how you just make an expensive job. That's it. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Rich No Dollars, Dr. Business, signing off for another great episode. I think today was probably one, like I said, we got back to our, our flow where we're just, effortlessly going back and forth between, like I said, whether it's work, whether it's checking off tasks, whether it's updating, all those different type of things. And now we're getting back to using ChatGPT a little bit as well. You got anything to say, Dr. Business?
No, I'm just going to sign off with that. Rich, you led this episode more than anything, and I'm always grateful to be partnering with you on projects like this. You mean ChatGPT is just like an awesome place for us to showcase what we know, how we problem solve. Thank you to everyone who joined us this week again, and looking forward to keeping this going, and like staying accountable, because that's really what this conversation has become.
Yeah,
accountability.
Exactly. That's all. We're just trying to make sure we just keep each other sane, so that way we're not like, bro, I can't keep doing this, because every day it's like, bro, I can't keep doing this. It's like I could literally, with the talents we have, go work a 9 to 5 and make good enough money and not have to deal with any of this stuff.
Exactly.
I could go work for somebody else and probably make good enough money and be A-okay. But instead, we all reach for this pipe dream, because what is life without reaching for the dream?
That's the whole point of this, right? We're going for it.
That's it, bro. And with that, we're signing off, ladies and gents. All right. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Got a quick sec, boss?
Yeah.